So, hi guys, how are you doing today? So, Dr. Matt is back for this next video, and now we're gonna do one still with sine, but we're gonna do a more challenging one. As we can see here, the domain has been restricted, which means that they are asking the solutions of this the solution of this equation, but only from negative pi to pi. Let me, well, we did in the previous video, we actually solved this, but we gave all solutions, but now they're asking only from negative pi to pi. So first of all, let's look at the solution that we get from Desmos, okay? And I want to show you something. As we get on the previous video, actually, we did it in degrees and radians, and for radians we would get 4 pi over 3 and 5 pi over 3, and again if we add or subtract 2 pi we're gonna get more solutions, right? But as they are restricting our solutions from negative pi to pi, do you think make that 5 pi over 3 is more or less than pi? I don't know. Maybe you should ask Lava Rufeta. Lava Rufeta, here we have Lava Rufeta, which is one of my other students in this class. So actually, I'm sorry, Rufeta. So actually, what it's happening is that if you look closely, Mick, 5 pi over 3. Look at 5 over 3. Do you think 5 over 3 here? 5. Do you think that 5 over 3 it's more or less than 1? Think 3 over 3 is 1, right? So whatever is bigger than 3 over 3, so if the numerator is bigger, that's going to be over 1. Like 4 over 3, it's bigger than 1. 5 over 3, it's bigger than 1. 6 over 3 is actually 2, which is obviously bigger than 1. But if you choose like something that's below 3, like 2 over 3 or 1 over 3, that's below 1, right? So 3 pi over 3, that would be exactly 1, which when we multiply times pi, that would be pi. So if we actually remove this, we can see the pi here. So these solutions are over pi. So we would not be included in this domain restriction, right? So actually they're asking us for these two solutions here, right? So this one here, which is negative pi over 3, and the solution here, which is negative pi over 3. But I mean, we took this calculator, and that's easy with a calculator, but with this graphing calculator, but how would we do it without a calculator, right? That's the point. So let's try to do it. Let's try to think about it. So we're gonna use the unit circle, okay? We're gonna use the unit circle to solve this. So let's think about it. When is the sine of x negative square root of 3 over 2? So let's look at it. And if we look as before, so the sine, it's on the right. So here we go. Here we have one solution, right? This is one solution. And this is the other one, right? But when we get 4 pi over 3, this is a positive angle. And as we said before, this is over pi because pi would finish here and it goes a lot more than pi. And obviously the other solution, which is this one, would go far more than pi also, right? Again, these are positive solutions because they go counterclockwise, while clockwise would be negative. So actually, we want to express these solutions as a negative angle. So actually, what we're looking at is if we actually subtract 2 pi from 5 pi over 3, we're going to have this negative angle here. That's going to be the solution we're looking for, because this is below negative pi, right? And this one here also. We're looking for these two solutions. Okay. If we look at the symmetry here, let's look here at the symmetry. This would be a positive angle, right? And how much is this? Isn't it this the same as this, but positive? It is, right? So besides of this being 5 pi over 3, we have a coterminal angle at negative pi over 3. So that's going to be the same as negative pi over 3. For this one, maybe I should have written in orange, right? I'm sorry, guys. Negative pi over 3 to be consistent. So, and then this one here, this one would be, let's look at the symmetry here. This is as big as this one, right? Isn't it? So this is 2 pi over 3. So this means this is going to be negative 2 pi over 3. So this is the same as negative 2 pi over 3, right? Do you guys get it? So these are the two solutions. And negative pi over 3 and negative 2 pi over 3. Okay. Now, maybe I can also use the calculator to solve this, right? So let's see. So again, what I'm trying to solve is sine of x equals negative square root of 3 over 2. But we're restricting the domain to negative pi, 2 pi, right? Again, if we want to solve this using the calculator, we have to apply this arc sine both sides. So we're going to do x equals arc sine of negative square root of 3 over 2. And so if we do with the calculator the inverse sine of negative square root of, do you guys see? I'm sorry. Negative 3 over 2 over 2. So what we get, oh, this is it. This is in degrees, right? So I should switch to radians. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to mode here. I'm gonna switch to radians, because if the restriction is in radians, obviously they're asking our answers in radians, right? So we're gonna take this again in radians, and we get negative. That's what we get. So we get negative 1.047. Well, if pi, or so in radians, this would be 314, right? And this will be negative 314, because it's pi, right? So is this inside of this domain restriction? It is, right? What about the other one? Well, let's think about it. So this answer I got here is actually this one here, right? This is this angle, right? This will be negative 1.047, and then again we're solving for sine, which is negative square root of 3 over 2. When is this going to be equal? Well, it's going to be equal in here, right? Let's think about it. This is going to be equal in here. So the sine in here is still going to be negative square root of 3 over 2. Now, if this angle here is negative 1.047, it means that actually, let's gonna use another color, this is gonna be the same thing, right? So this is still gonna be negative, sorry, it's gonna be 1.047, right? This. Now, what we want to know is actually how much is this. So to know how much is this, well, we know that these are this. Let's see the best way to do that. Well, this must add to 90, right? 90 degrees, but in radians would be pi over 2. So this plus this is gonna be pi over 2. So this here, it's gonna be, this one here, it's gonna be pi over 2 minus 1.047, correct? This one here, just this one here. So now this one must be pi over 2 plus this, plus all this angle here, right? Am I saying it right? So that's gonna be this one. Let's gonna do this one first. Okay. So we have plus pi plus pi. Sorry. Yeah, plus pi over 2. This is gonna be point, this one here, or the same here, it's gonna be 0.52. Okay, now we have to add this to plus pi over 2. It's pi over 2. I'm gonna have 2.94, but because it's negative, it's gonna be negative, right? So it's gonna be negative 2.094. That's what it's gonna be. Okay, so these are the two solutions for this problem. Again, we can express this as fraction. Okay, this again will be negative pi over 3, and this will be negative 2 pi over 3, and we can actually check that it's the same thing. Okay, have a great day.